Hi, Collective. Let's get in a quick reading for you. Please like, share, and subscribe. As always, it would be greatly appreciated. So let's see what Spirit has to say for your overall concerns, whatever they may be. Give me a few more, please. Thank you. That's a lot, but I will take it. So first you have taxes, you have habit, you have credit score, you have analyze, you have money blockage, you have money flow, you have save, 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 save. You have your finance decisions are lacking direction, so your income is dwindling. And then you have bank. So you may be waiting on taxes to hit your bank account. I know it's been quite a delay for everybody. Most people, sorry about that. I just closed my door from, my daughter was making noise. So you may, again, be waiting on your taxes to hit your bank account. I know it's coming for some, but not all. And or you may need to analyze your bank account and or analyze your taxes. Also, you may need to analyze your habits. This could be where spending is concerned, seeing as how you have save, 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 and your finance decisions are lacking direction and money blockage. You may also want to check your credit score. Okay, keep tabs on that. Make sure that there are no claims that need to be there. Sometimes they don't remove them right away and they linger even if you did pay them off after a time, etc. And once you do that, you should see some money flow. Okay. Give me more. Sorry, I'm not going to take those. Those are falling out in like bulk. These cards are not very shuffle friendly, so sorry about that. But what did fall out was budget. Again, that goes to say that you need to save, save, save. And then you have job loss here. So some of you may be experiencing a job loss or about to experience a job loss, which is why you would more than likely need to save all of this money. Some of you may even want to save for a vacation and or need a vacation. And then it says you will lose a significant, I can't speak right now. You will lose a significant amount of money this year. Be proactive. So I wouldn't be too alarmed about that. That's just with every day. People are always prone to losing out on money, especially in this economy. It's not something that can really be helped, So I wouldn't look at it as anything that you would really need to seriously worry about, like it's regular everyday problems, I would say. Okay, give me a few more, and then we'll get into some tarot. Thank you. You have embarrassed, you have passive aggressive, and you have pride. So someone may be in your energy who is embarrassed and as a result may act passive aggressive because they have a lot of pride. Give me more. Thank you. You have shallow, last will and testament. You will be getting a raise from work soon. Congratulations, you've earned it. And then abstinence, temporary, sexually active, celibate, and or long-term. So since that landed in the upright, that just stands for sexually active. So again, with the shallow, this person may have a lot of pride because they're shallow, and they may be too embarrassed to admit something in a certain situation, and therefore they may act passive aggressive towards you. We will get more clarification on that via tarot. And then it says you will be getting, oh, I already read that, sorry. So again, you may, for some of you, you may be getting a raise from work. And some of you should be looking into a last will and testament, not saying that anything has to happen to you or will happen to you, goodness forbid. It's just that it goes along with money. Spirit may be encouraging you to make sure that your family is set up for the uneventful. So if that's something you've been avoiding, like most of us do, Spirit is urging you to do that for the protection of your family and lineage going forward. And that includes delegating where your money goes if something were to ever happen. Okay. I'm going to get a few more cards here. That is entirely too much, but we are going to take it. Okay, so you will gain a significant amount of money this year, so enjoy. That's amazing. Then you have spouse, you have covert, you have regret, you have bitterness, you have empathy, and you also have peaceful. So again, this may call back to the embarrassed, passive-aggressive pride, shallow, sexually active person that you may be dealing with in your life, whom obviously it would be your spouse. You may have regrets, or they may have regrets about something. Someone in the party may be feeling bitter. And also someone is a covert. So covert would be for a narcissist, which would check out here with the pride and the shallow. So somebody that you are either married to, dating, or having a fling with is a covert narcissist. And they may lack empathy, okay? As far as peaceful goes, this may just speaks to you, the way that you are as a person. You're a peaceful person. Therefore, all of this upheaval would be quite difficult for you to deal with, okay? So let's just see if we can grab some quick tarot to get to the bottom of the personal that seems as though it's in relation to your partnerships, since the money portion was abundantly clear. Okay, so tell me why spouse is here. Well, actually, we wouldn't need to clarify that. Sorry. We know it's a spouse. Well, actually, you know what? No. Just in case they need to tell us anything in particular about said spouse, we'll leave that. Why is spouse here? You have the Ace of Cups, new beginnings, love. So you may have some emotional clarity or some sort of spiritual awakening regarding your spouse. Give me more. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Hmm. So there's some sort of opportunity here. Why is the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups here for spouse? Thank you. Queen of Swords. So you may have to make some form of decision where your emotions and money are concerned with your spouse. You may have to make some tough decisions where and that's really crazy because they're both number ones and they're both aces and they both have new beginnings here. So you may need to implicate some sort of new way of doing things and expressing yourself emotionally with your spouse. It seems to me that you may be offering this person a lot of your emotions and a lot of your money, and it's not being taken for it's not being appreciated. It may be getting to be a bit lopsided or one-sided where that is concerned. So you may need to use your sword as the Queen of Swords to cut loose anything that is actively working against you in this relationship where your spouse is tied to your money in some way, shape, or form, and where they may not be giving as much emotional support to you as you do to them. Why is sexually active here? Give me another. Jeez, that's too much, Spirit. Come on. Let's not do that. So you have the Magician and the Page of Cups in reverse. So your partner may be manipulating you in some way, shape, or form. They could be manipulating you into doing certain things that you don't want to do sexually. And or this could mean that they are being sexually active with somebody else and they are being deceptive or manipulative about it. And with the Page of Cups being here, this person is emotionally immature, but they are offering some form of emotion to somebody. I strongly believe that it is another person that isn't you. Why is the Page of Cups here in reverse? Thank you. You have the Tower. And you have the Eight of Wands. So this person may not be communicating with you or the communication may have slowed between you, and there's been a change in the way that your love life is. It may have slowed down, as a matter of fact. And when you communicate about it, there may be a lot of miscommunication going on. And I believe that you may have had some sort of realization with the Queen of Swords over here in this deck that something was off. And when you try to address the issue and fix it with a solution, that the solution that's offered oftentimes has a lot of delays. It doesn't get seen through. It just keeps becoming a problem or staying an issue. Why is shallow here? One more. Said one more, but you gave me two. Okay. All right, so you have the King of Wands in reverse. You have the Eight of Swords, and you have the Seven of Swords. So your spouse is very arrogant and impulsive. This may be a fire sign for you that you're dealing with. Again, I feel like this person would be overbearing to deal with, maybe a bit demanding, especially when it comes to the sexually active part. They may be demanding that you do things to satisfy them, and or making demands of your money as far as who does what, how much responsibility should be taken on. And I feel as though you're waiting for this person to come clean. You're looking for the truth, but it's keeping you trapped in your head, that you're not getting to the answer that you seek. Why is pride here? And that person is being shallow in that regard by not owning up to certain things and admitting guilt and acting very self-serving and selfish as the King of Wands in reverse. And again, they may even be holding back sex as punishment. Give me one more for pride. Well, actually, I'll just take the two that I have and see what comes of that. So for pride, you have the 10 of Cups in reverse, and you have the 6 of Cups. So this person may be unwilling to create harmony in the relationship. They may be willing to leave it, from what I can see, broken as is. They may be stagnant and or resistant to coming to terms on how to fix the issue. If you are not with this person as of right now because of all that has transpired, then they have an inability to move on because of their pride. And they're holding on to a lot of emotional baggage, which is causing a lot of stagnation where reconciliation would be concerned. But if you are with this person still, just know that their inability to move on from fights, arguments, not being willing to compromise or move on through a situation in a healthy manner is what's going to occur here, and won't more than likely change because they seem to value their pride more than the relationship at this point. Why is passive aggressive here? One more. I said one more, but they gave me 3. That's fine. Okay. So the strength came out crossing. That's Leo energy. So you're not sure whether or not you have the strength to get through this situation. And then you have the 2 of Swords and the and Justice. That's going to be Libra energy. So this feels like you're closed off right now. You're shutting down because you don't know which other way to go when dealing with this passive aggressive behavior from your partner. It's also giving me that it's hard to make a decision as to whether or not you want to work towards this 10 of Cups in reverse to upright it into the 10 of Cups where you experience wish fulfillment with this person. And it also gives me the duality of this person being closed off to anything that you have to say. And that justice needs to come into play and balance out the scales in order for this relationship to be able to move forward. But again, in the positive. But again, you are struggling to muster up that strength to do what needs to be done, where making tough decisions about this is concerned, because it can be very hard trying to restore the peace and balance of a relationship when somebody that you love is walking around being passive aggressive towards you. Why is embarrassed here? Thank you. Give me one more. All right, so the 7 of Pentacles came in this direction. So as you can see, it's leaning more towards this way. So we will take it in the reverse. And then you have the 6 of Swords here. So this person may be embarrassed that you left them. Yeah. So you left this person. And they are holding on to dear life for what was. And they may be embarrassed that they have to face the fact that you left this relationship or this marriage. They may be embarrassed, I feel like, to tell their friends or family that something that took a lot of work and was long-standing is now all of a sudden over, especially due to their own actions. I feel as though you grew impatient waiting on this person to make a change for the better. I feel as though you feel like you wasted your time and you missed a lot of opportunities, and that you weren't seeing any real growth or progress in the relationship, and it started to affect other realms of your relationships, like with friends, family, even possibly your career, and that left you disappointed, so you just decided to go. While it was scary for you to do so, you felt as though it was the necessary thing to do for your highest good. And I feel like you're still not over that decision. You really loved this person. So you may even, as you're transitioning out or away from this person, either permanently or for the time being, you're feeling lost and you're reminiscing and holding on to the past about what went wrong and how come you all couldn't fix it. Why is covert here? Thank you. Temperance in reverse. That's Sagittarius energy. Thank you. You have the Devil, and that came out crossing. Okay. So with the Devil is Capricorn energy. So again, somebody did something to excess. There was lots of imbalance throughout the relationship. Nothing was ever really black and white. It was always taken to the extreme. And again, there was a lot of disharmony in your household because of it. So your person I feel as though was heavily dependent and reliant on you, okay? And this have come in the form of codependency, seeing as how you were giving to this person or over giving to this person emotionally, with your finances, and also giving this person too many chances to fix the same issue. Um, they may have had temptations, addictions. They may have been very materialistic, been into some real freaky stuff, which is why we had the discussion with the sexually active piece. I firmly believe that this person stepped out on you one or many times. Um, I feel as though this person did want to change your spouse. They wanted to free themselves, release themselves from this burden that they've been carrying around, feeling out of control. They wanted to break free of these addictions. I have a feeling it brings them shame. Um, and when I say covert, again, that can refer to narcissism. And they may have, and covert means undercover, it means hidden. So it's typically used with covert narcissism in the textbook explanation, but it can also serve as just the definition of it, which I'm not sure what the textbook version of it is, but covert does mean hidden, um, hidden from sight. So this person may have had some covert addictions that you may not have known of, and or been a covert narcissist, or a mixture of both, which I feel as though is the case. They may have been fighting sexual demons or urges that you were not privy to, alcohol, smoking, pill popping. It really could vary from person to person. Only you would know, that being your person. But again, I feel like you've given this person one too many chances, and you were just fed up with the situation going seemingly in a loop back to the way it was, even though you've given this person multiple chances and opportunities to fix it. Why is regret here? Thank you. One more for me, please. Thank you. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Empress, Taurus energy. That would be you, collective. So I feel like this person does a lot of time introspecting and solitude on what they did to bring about the close of this cycle, which is the end of this relationship. Oh, and by the way, the Hermit is Virgo energy. And I also feel like you're very sad about how you had to end things with the World card being here. I feel like it was needed, though. I feel like it was divine intervention, waking you up to the simple fact that this relationship was no longer serving you and there was nothing more that you could do to save it. Your person may be holed up at a friend's house, a family member's house, and or if you all are living together in a certain section of the house where they typically don't come out of unless they obviously need to use the common space areas or feed themselves. But it feels as though you both are going to be in hermit mode for a little while you get used to this cycle coming to a close. But the good thing about cycles closing is that something new always comes of it. Usually for the better. You're getting out of something toxic, or you're starting to realize that what you are in is toxic. So you can only go up from there as far as changes go. Why is bitterness here? One more for me. Thank you. So you have the 5 of Swords and you have the 9 of Wands. So this person is very bitter. They feel like the wounded warrior, okay? You could be dealing with a fire sign. They're very determined to stay in your life, though. As you can see, they're looking over at this world change card. So they are not ready for you to completely let go of this situation. They're hoping that you'll come back and heal whatever feelings that they're feeling that may be feeling empty or broken, shame, struggling. But I also see here that you're done fighting, you're walking away. That this was a person who was willing to hurt your feelings or not hear you out. And you could be dealing with an air sign as well. That was willing to pretty much do or say anything in the moment to get you to stop arguing with them, to get you to stop interacting, to get you to stop what they would probably more than likely consider nagging. When all you were asking for was understanding, this person just didn't care. And it seems as though now, which is why I say I feel as though they would be a covert narcissist if they weren't outright. Because how are you going to go from, antagonizing an argument or a fight, not caring about what's right or wrong, just as long as you walk out, the situation as having won the fight or won the argument at the expense of your partner's feelings, but then later on try to play the wounded warrior when they leave you, So I kind of feel like this person is not looking at it from a mature angle. I think we had a page in here somewhere, Page of Cups in the reverse. So again, this person was immature mentally and emotionally. So there was nothing that you would have been able to do to get the treatment that you so richly deserved out of that relationship anyway. Why is empathy here? And I don't know why, but I'm also hearing that this person will also destroy your stuff when they got upset. Possibly even punch holes in the wall. They had a temper. Why is empathy here? Thank you. Thank you. So you have the Queen of Wands in reverse and you have the Four of Pentacles. So again, where you displayed a lot of empathy, I feel like this person, you were empathetic for their lack of stability, not only mentally and emotionally, but financially. So that's why you chose to help them out. But this person was very, very, very selfish. And not only are they not willing to let you go, even though they treated you in the way that they treated you, and having whatever extra third party involved that you may or may not know about on the side, but they were also very stingy with their money, except for when it came to pleasing outside sources that were not you. So they could be stingy with you, but when it came to trying to impress someone inside a social circle or setting, or even, again, a lover, they were generous. They were also very controlling with their money, possibly even with your money, but I'm assuming mainly with their money. They may have even been part of a conservative or political party, or took the side of conservatism in a political party. So they may have embodied all of those beliefs where political sides were concerned. May have been very strict, very stringent. But they did definitely have somebody third party with this Queen of Wands in reverse. She's one of the most sensual queens in the tarot deck. And she's also considered to be a witch, as you can see by her black pet cat there standing at her feet. And this person that your person would be dealing with would lack leadership, passion. She'd be insecure. And if she didn't get what she wanted, and again, switch the roles around as needed, it could be gender neutral. Everyone has masculine and feminine qualities, but because of the way that this person was, your person was emotionally stunted and mentally stunted, it would only be befitting that they would not be able to deal with somebody like you who had empathy, who had sympathy, who could understand and, just overall be a loving, caring human being. They wouldn't be able to operate on that same level of vibration with you. So, with the devil again being here, this speaks to a very insecure person who doesn't know who they are. And I feel like they may have put you through a lot of things, some things that even made you stay up and cry late at night, due to this inability to be mentally and emotionally and financially secure. So they needed to feel better about themselves. That's why they went and got someone who, was just as insecure with lack of leadership and lack of passion as they were. Means they didn't have to put in the work to be a better person. So it had nothing to do with you. If you didn't know that by now, please do understand this person's actions has no bearing or reflection on you as a person. This is something that they need to deal with internally and get help for. Why is peaceful here? Just give me one more. That one came out. All right, so you have the Three of Cups and you have the Three of Wands. So you're already looking to expand, okay? You're looking to do a lot more in your free time now that you have disconnected yourself from this person. I feel like you're going to be hanging around a lot more friends and family, going to a lot more social gatherings and trying to progress in your career or with your hobbies, seeking partnerships at work, thinking ahead going forward in the types of relationships that you may or may not have as far as romantic. You're peaceful. You're happy at where you are, what you've left, and where you're going. All right, let's go ahead and grab you some words of encouragement before you go. And I'm glad that you guys are finding some sort of peace after dealing with such a rough situation. You know, it's not easy dealing with people who you love that have issues that they need to deal with and that you have to let go in order for them to deal with them. Not too many people come out sane after a relationship like that. They close themselves off. They swear off relationships, love, life, all of it. But it seems as though you guys made it just fine on the other side, collective. And I am so happy to hear that. All right. We are going to see what this person's true intent is when coming back towards you. But first, let's grab you out what it is Spirit wants you to do going forward for yourself and your highest good. All right, I'm just going to do a spread here instead of the jumpers. So the first one you have is playfulness. Bring playfulness and fun into your life. Courage. Be brave enough to chase your dreams. and peace. Cultivate inner peace regardless of external circumstances. Spirit, what is it that the collective needs to know in regards to the one that's on their mind? What is the intent of this person towards the collective? You have big favor. It says, I'm looking for significant assistance in a large effort on your part. Give me another. Give me two more, please, Spirit. What is this person's intention coming towards the collective? Or what is on their mind regarding the collective? You have health. It says, I'm here to support your journey towards wellness and balance. And it says loan. I'm in need of financial assistance. So what I'm getting from this here collective is this person, again, is going to try and come in and manipulate you. Okay, they're going to try to come in acting as if they're concerned about your health and well-being, all while really needing a big favor, significant assistance, a large effort on your part, because they're in need of financial assistance and need a loan. So use your discernment when speaking with and or linking back up with this person in the physical, and just keep that head of yours on a swivel and make sure that you are not being manipulated. Okay, that was your reading. I hope you all resonated with this, some or all. Please, again, hit the like, share, and subscribe button to follow for more. And as always, for your highest good, remember, as above, so below. I do wish you abundance and blessings, collective. Namaste.